Hello, it's the cousin, and I'm back for the fourth episode of this cider series.
I get a kick out of brew.
And the one we're doing today is pretty much a continuation of the last one, which was Tesco apple cider, because we are doing Tesco pear cider. Yeah, for the first time on, no, not on this channel, but in this series, we're not doing apple cider. So this is essentially going to be the same thing, just pear flavored. So design, I actually think this looks a little bit nicer than the apple one with a green and black color scheme rather than yellow and black. But it's still got that same massive C, and then instead of an apple logo, a pear logo, and then it just color swaps into black and says Tesco pear cider, and that's on the other side. So the other one got a 1. This would only really get a 1.1 if it's going to get an extra point for being better, but it is still a 1 because the design on these things is just not good. But I honestly actually am dreading this one more than the apple one, because I remember doing the pear Copperberg one and I just didn't like it. And even though I'm not really enjoying some apple ciders, at least some of them, like the Thatcher's Juicy Apple. In fact, all the Thatcher's Apple ones were really good, but other than that, not really. But the pear ones, they're below apple. The pears are literally, not just because pears look like a ball sack, I mean, look at that. But pear seems to be the ball sack of ciders. I'd say lemon, it's weird because they say when life gives you lemons as if it's a bad thing, but lemon is actually at the top. Rose is pretty good. Cherry I really liked. In fact, cherry would probably come before rose. Almost, actually could rival lemon. Blood orange is obviously really good in Thatcher's case. So yeah, that's 4 flavors above apple and pear, which is these sort of default flavors when it comes to cider. So I don't know, should these ones be the best? Maybe apple should be a little bit more, but honestly, I'm not a fan of cider when it comes to the basic apple and pear ones. So let's see what this has to offer over the apple one. I've actually got something a bit crazy planned for the end of this. So let's give it a smell. It's a 4.5, same as the apple one. Smells like piss. At the start that tasted nicer, but towards the end I was nah. To be honest, pears compared to apples are a bit more crunchier, whereas pears taste a bit more soggy and damp. Pears aren't something you think of. When you think of fruit, I think apples, oranges, bananas, strawberries are probably the 4 main ones you think of. Pears sort of a B-tech fruit. And when you eat a pear, it just fucking waters down your hand anyway, so I don't know if it's because it's refreshing compared to the apple, but the first taste is nicer, but the the first initial is good, but then as it starts to go down, you're like, I'd probably give that a 2, if I'm honest with you, because that's not very nice. If after 4 of these, and this is the 5th one, so, you know, if after 4 of these I can actually taste how bad it is, then yeah, that probably goes to show that Tesco, just stick to being a supermarket. Don't bother with, I know Tesco do their own stuff, every little helps, but this is just not the one. But the crazy thing I am going to do is I've drank probably down to there on the apple one, and I'm going to do the same with this one. And then I'm just going to mix it, put it in a bottle and take it with me. Why? I'm going to do some of it on camera though. I'll do it at the end of this episode. But yeah, I'm not a fan. Would I ever get any of these Tesco ones again? No. In fact, the only one on this series, bearing in mind we're in episode 5 out of 6, that actually consider trying again or having again would be the Inches. That was a good one. All the others, got no interest in even trying them again because they're just not that nice. So this is going to get a 2 overall, and that's all I can say. The ball sack of ciders. So this has been The Cousin. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Please like, subscribe, share, and all that other bullshit. And I shall see you in the next one. Okay, so we've got both the Tesco apple and pear cider. And what we're going to do is mix them in this glass, have a little taste, and see what that tastes like. Because individually, these both weren't doing it. So let's start with the apple one. It's actually less in there than I thought that was. And let's put some pear in there. That rhymes. That smells horrible. I'm not expecting anything out of this, but oh, that's a big no. That does not taste nice. I mean, it should be all right to mix these two because they are the same thing, just different flavors. So you're just putting two flavors together. I mean, look how similar the cans look. Both got a 1 on design, by the way, but that is awful. Would not recommend this. Ugh. Well, I do not recommend Tesco cider.